Okay, welcome back. So I cleaned it up a little. So the companies are still a bit of a messy thing. I think that's going to be that way for a while. But the key thing that I did is you'll notice I put the shares all out here. And then what this means is that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shares of SFAI are owned by Blue. And of course, that is the Medici number. So you can see I cleaned up the players. So their cash is going to be here. The number of shares is going to be there. And you can see here, like Lawnmower is owned by 2 different companies. And so you'll see that 3 shares are owned by Wellington and 1 share is owned by Medici. And we'll just put them all together like that. So my shares, of course, I'm keeping in front of me. I ran out of space, so I started to use the game table itself. So there's just a C zone under here. I mean, we don't need to see that. I know it's there. So the Trump shares are there, and then the De Gaulle shares you can see are up on the legend up in the north. Maybe still a little bit messy, but I still like the system. It's still way better than walking around the table. As far as this, reaching way back in the corner to the chin is a pain in the butt. I'm going to have to remember who owns what here. And I do have their tokens on their card, but man, oh man, it could be really hard to see. Like for example, MIDI there owns H. And if I zoom in, you can see that H is right there on the 2+2 train, that little H token. So that's my only way of knowing that MIDI owns H. So what I should do is I'm gonna put the camera down and actually get these out here on wherever they belong. So some of them are not that important, but some are. So for example, this J company is very important. And who has the J company? That's a good guess. I know that the E company belongs here to Lizard. So I'm going to make some room here with Chin and put the E company in with Lizard. Okay, so then I don't need to keep that. The H company is with MIDI. So let's get that in there. I don't need that. All right, the G company is with WW. Okay, almost done. I have a B company that belongs to MKV. This one's going to be tricky. To rock a rhyme that's right on time. It's tricky. All right. And the last one is J, and I'm already forgetting who owns J. So this was a good exercise then, right? If I can't remember, J. Oh my gosh, I took the tokens off and never, it was Bell. Bell owns J. So, and right there it is actually, the J token. So I did have it here. So I'm gonna take that, and I forgot to put the Bell token on Naples. That's how I knew and remembered who had J. Because J was the one that got stuck in Naples and couldn't upgrade it. So, all right. So sorry for that. Probably should have done that, a little bit of that off camera. But now we can go here, and it is pay the weenie phase. So the K company is going to get $40. So we're going to do that right now. And $40 goes to them. This is very easy to read now. $10 for Medici. And let's sort of that out again. $15 for Wellington. And nothing. And then 20, 35, 45 for trump. And then I believe it was 40 for us. Yes, it was. So we ran out of money earlier than we wanted to as well. I think that's going to be the key thing that's going to prevent the 2 trains from rusting. Okay, so we're going to move things down. C gets to decide if it wants to go first or last. Looking at the situation, I don't think it matters. But C is going to choose to go normal time. SFR is first. Now, here's what's crazy. SFR is still a regional, and it already owns a 3 train. So it only has 3 track points. So it can only upgrade one thing. So it will upgrade here. Oh, which one should we? We should probably use the X. Yeah, like that. Okay, so the interesting thing about him is he has a 3 train and a 2 train. He does have a port. Well, let me back up the camera here. He has a port, and there is a red zone here that he can hit with that port. So he can do that with a 2 train. And then he can go this way. Let me back the camera up again. He can go over the ferry and hit these 2 whistle stops with the 2 train. And then with his 3 train, he can go 1, 2, 3, and then hit 3 whistle stops. He's going to make gangbusters money here. Okay, so he's going to get 40 for this red zone, and then 40 for Rome, and then 20 for the whistle stops. And then he's going to get 40 for Rome, and then 40 for the Firenze, and then 40 for whatever this city is up here, Milano. And then he's going to get 30 for those whistle stops. So he's going to get $250. And remember, Medici owns 100% of the company. The company gets nothing. Medici gets $250. So in one run, Medici's going to make as much money as he was at 270 at the end of the last operating round phase. Remember, we did 2 operating rounds last game. He was at 270. He's at 250 after 1 run. So as much as I minimized his strategy, don't count him out yet. That was amazing. And he's going to do it again next operating round. So again, SFR just made him 250, and they're cruising. So now we go to the L company. Again, only 3 track points. The L company is going to do what, with his track points, what they were going to try to do before. So you'll notice this was sitting in the middle of the ocean. So that's going to be 2 track points right there to do that. And then I think he wants to do this for 3. Yeah, that might work. That should work. Okay, so his route's the same. He's going to go from this red zone up here to there to London, except this time it's all green. So Sweden, their Norwegian coast is 60, and then it's 40 in Scotland, and then it's 60 in London, and then $30 for whistle stops. That's a 190 run, so $95 each. So he does have $5. So I'm going to put $5 in, take 100, and then where's L? L's here. He does not have 90, so 50, 75. So there's $95. And my battery's low, so I may not finish this round. So 50, 100, 150, 180, not quite for a 3 train. But he's doing great. L Company is an amazing company. Try to get it. Okay, So he's done. Now we go to the A company, which is a Medici company. So go like that. We'll get that double whistle stop upgraded. No, that doesn't work. I think I have to do that. No, I can do that. That would work. These Ks are pretty rare. You try not to use them. There's specific places that desperately need them, and if you can use something else, you usually do. So anyways, that's 2 points. There is a, I may not have wanted to do that. I may have wanted to upgrade this. So I'm going to just set that aside. I know I'm upgrading that soon, so don't worry about that. But I need to get the Y City upgraded. That's a little more important for me right now, because this is going to increase my revenue. So that's 2 to upgrade that. And then for 1 more track point, I could do that for 3 and not screw up everything else, of course. And just imagine the yellow one was still there. Okay, so 40, 80, 100. So that's an easy run, 50-50. So 50 for Medici. So that's 50 more. He's already at 300. And then 50 for Company A. Okay, so that was done, lickety split. Chin is next. Chin is here. And Chin has some dilemmas. But we want to go through this mountain. It's a 20% discount, so it'd be 36 bucks. Oh, Chin is all the way on the other end of the table. So let me do this. Trump, by the way, is putting this here. He's allowed to put it on any mountain space that's been developed. So he's going to do that. But just understand that Chin doesn't benefit from that at all. Chin is not a Trump company. Chin is a De Gaulle company. So it doesn't interfere with Chin. It's just Chin just doesn't get to use it. So I need, how much money do I need? I need 36 bucks. Done. Okay. So Chin has a 2 train, and there's lots of options for him. It was more, he needs a whistle stop. He has 1. He needs another one, but I don't think I'm going to find him one, to be quite honest. So that's the situation there with 3 track lays. Technically, he could start at this whistle stop, hit this, come down here because that's a public port. And if this whistle stop was developed, he would actually get his 2 whistle stops. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Oh, you know what? He can go out of this one and into that one and hit these 2 whistle stops. So 40, 80, 90, 100. There you go. 50-50. 50 for Chin and 50 for De Gaulle. So I'm going to, just off camera, walk over to Chin there. Chin is still a little far away. And I'm just going to do some quick counting of how much money he has. So 100, 75, 85, 95, I see $200. Oh my gosh, he's at $220. He's $5 short. Let me count again. Yeah, he's $5 short. So what he could do is he can buy a 3-train for $200. He just doesn't get the whistle stops. I don't know if that's worth it. I mean, otherwise he's going another round without a 3-train. That's a 6 or 1/2 kind of question. But a 3-train, let me think about this. So that was $200. Maybe look one more time. There's some chips underneath the... Okay, he had enough. He had enough. Okay, sorry about that. He had enough. But he's bankrupt now, but he had enough. So he was able to buy a 3-train Chin. And that makes sense because he bought some shares of Chin. At least one. So that gave Chin the nudge it needed. There's going to be a lot of that this round. And that's what I'm talking about, is I think this is going to be a mad rush. So C is up. C can spend 3 track points. So here's 1, and here's 2, 3. So we can finally get France or Paris on board. So C is up there, as you can see, pun intended. He can actually just go to London. So that's $120. He doesn't even care about France, but he laid the track anyways. So at $120, that's a 60-60 run. So $60 for De Gaulle and $60 for C. And that's done. Okay, so next is D. That's us. We are excited because we have all kinds of upgrades now. And we can do a 2-2 train. We get to lay 3 track. Get to do all kinds of cool stuff. So what we're going to do is 1, oh, why can't I find a turn? 2, and then we have to actually pre-calculate how are we going to get through these mountains. You know, there's a way through here, but then we got this water zone. If we want to avoid all the water zones, we would have to go all the way down here, and that's a lot of mountains. Let me back this camera up so you can see. We're talking a lot of mountains down here. So I don't know if I can avoid that water zone. I do want to hit this double whistle stop though. So I'm going to go straight through, and I think I want to go either 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3 and hit this whistle stop and then come through. I don't want to hit that. I know people say, why not? It's a Y city. Usually by the end of the game, you don't even want to hit Y cities. You just want to hit the metropolises. But that Y city would obviously be nice, you know, in other situations. Also, it costs money. Just money you don't need to do. You want less stops, because I want more stops so I can hit Berlin. And if I want to hit that, I will eventually want a way to go around it. So I can have a choice. So anyways, I'm going to do that for 3. And then, because I only get 3 track points. And then I'm going to do 50, 90, 110. So my D company made as much money as BHP needed last turn. Just to rub it in. So 55, 55. 55 for the D company. And then 55 for us. So looking at the situation here, our D company has $110. It's not enough. Oh, I didn't make 55, 55. Look, that plus 20 there is a 60. So that's a 60 plus 50, that's 110. We made 130, which is 65, 65. So another $10 for each. So $10 for them, $10 from me. So I'm at $120. It's not enough for a 3 train. So I don't know if that's good or bad, if I'm on track or not on track. I can't tell at this point. The fact that Chin was able to buy a 3 train bothers me a little bit, but we'll see. K Company, we did not give them their $40, so let's do that right now. 25. I need to make change. I need to find some 10s. Okay, so the K Company will likely be able to afford a 3 train just because it's getting $40 just in mail money. But let's look at K. K is here. They get 3 track points. Nothing super amazing to do with it, except for maybe, you know, do we want to upgrade that double whistle stop, you know, stuff like that. I can maybe lay a token somewhere else like Rome just to block SFAI, which is what an antagonist would do. Actually, let's do that. So we're going to put this down. And then the antagonist that Trump is going to spend 20 of his bucks. Sorry, just trying to get the 20 bucks out. And he's going to go into Rome here and block SFAI from being able to go any further. Okay, so, and then he'll lay for his 3rd track. That. Okay, so for him it's just 40, 80, 90, 100. So it's a 50-50 run. So Trump gets 50 and K gets 50. Now K has this money here. So we're looking at 100, 50, 60, 70, 80, 185, not quite enough. But he's very close. One more operating round, he gets 40 bucks. Now, technically, if he wouldn't have laid that token, he would have been at 205, but he wants the whistle stops. He doesn't want a generic 3. But that's how close things are getting. So F is us. We are going to go ahead and upgrade this double whistle stop for 2. And I don't want to do that. Let's see if there's a different one. There is. So I don't know. Yeah, you can probably see better there. I probably eventually want to get up to Berlin. I sort of got sidetracked because I was helping out SB. And SB is the more important person here. But I can only lay track in Prussia because I'm still a minor company. But here's the good news is I can lay in Dresden there for 30 bucks because that's in Germany or Prussia. But here's what's crazy. It costs 30 bucks to lay it and I'm only going to get 40 bucks. So do I want to do that just to get a $10 profit? There's a part of me it's like, no. So I'm going to leave that there for another day, and then I'll just lay this one, and we'll just try to connect other parts of Prussia here. So the good news though is, I mean, I could lay a token somewhere else, but I don't know if I want to. That's a $80, $90, $100 run. So 50-50 for F and me. And if we look at the F company, you're going to notice that it's going to have more money, but it's largely because I started it at 180 and I started this one at 120. So this one had a $60 head start. So 50, 75, 100, and 20, 35. So they're now about even. So anyways, it's still not enough for a train. So nothing we can do there. And the M company is the last company, and I know for sure they're not buying the train. They were barely able to do what they're doing. So the M company wants to upgrade Copenhagen, which is helpful to us. because we're DSJ. And yeah, they want to upgrade Copenhagen, but that's 36 bucks. That was one of the issues with doing the upgrade. And see, they can't go that way. So it has to be like that. That makes no sense either. Oh, was there a different one? There we go. Oh, that's a double whistle stop. There we go. Okay, so laying that track cost $36, and it was over a C zone, so that's $46. So let me look at M's money. 25, 35, 40. Okay, and then it needs to lay a token, and it doesn't have enough money to lay the token. That's crazy. You know what it's going to do? I'll tell you what it's going to do. It was going to do... When it built this green city last turn, it would have looked like this instead. So that would have been last turn. And then we're going to spend 1 to go here and 2 for this to be upgraded. And that is a huge thing, because now I don't have to spend the $10 to go over a C zone to do this upgrade. It's just a $36 upgrade. And then I can lay a token for 20 bucks, and I don't have to spend money to go lay a token over a C zone. So M was able to get into Copenhagen. So now M can finally make some good money, because this is 60, 120. So it's a 60-60 run. And I know M just spent $50 to $60, but that's going to pay off in the long run. And M, to be quite honest, is not ever going to get to buy a 3 train. So De Gaulle knows that. But now M is in a position that if De Gaulle were to merge the company, the Copenhagen token spot is a lot more valuable than that crappy spot that it was at. And so this is why people don't take BJV, by the way, because that's where BJV would have started. So just bear that in mind. Okay, we're done with the regionals, so now we're to the major. RCP is the first major now because of the way it worked and Trump doing his shenanigans. He made Portugal great again, and so RCP is first. Now, I don't know if RCP wants to spend the $45. RCP's goal is to get a 3 train. That is the highest priority above anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to look at their money. So I'm going to just reach over here, and they have a giant stack of coins. So we're going to grab that. Let's make some change, figure out how much money they have. So this is one thing in a multiplayer game. That person's going to know how much money they have because they're counting it on their turn or when it's not their turn. And of course, when I'm controlling all the players, that slows and bogs this game down. If you are playing with friends who wait until it's their turn to figure out how much money they have, don't play with them anymore. Get rid of them. They're bad friends. There we go. That's 50. And this is 5. And that's $100, $200. That's, by the way, enough for a train. This right here is a 3 train, $225. Everything else is gravy. So he has enough to put Madrid down, and he probably should. Somebody has to do it. He does get a 20% discount, so it's going to be 36 bucks. So we'll do that, and so that's just 2 points, 2 track points to get Madrid down, and then it's 4 more to upgrade Madrid, and he will do that. So he's going to spend all 6 points to go straight to green. And you'll see that it looks just like that. Okay, so in doing so, I'm going to take the 225 for the train and just put that in the bank now, because we know he's going to buy a train. And then the rest of this is just his money, and let's get it back to his. So RCP did blow a lot of its money, but it has not run yet, and it'll make some revenue there. And the fact that it was able to buy a 3 train before it even ran is pretty good. RCP is sitting in a fantastic position in this game. He could pay 20 bucks to get a token out. I don't know if he wants to do that yet. But let's go back to, did RCP have enough money to buy a Port Authority? That's another good question. 50, 75, 85, 95. Nope, he's around 100 bucks. So he'll maybe buy one next time. So RCP has a 2 train. So he's just going to do 50, 90, 110. If he went here, this would be 40, 80, 90, 100, 110. It's 110 either way. So so his route didn't go up until he can hit New York. Then his route will go up. So $110. Ooh, hold on. He needs 120. 50, 90. Oh no. Oh, you know what? 50, 90. I can count any of these whistle stops. So this is 10 for 100, and then 20 for 120. Whew. So he was able to get a 120 run. He needed it, or otherwise he wouldn't have gone up. So $12 a share, and we can just look at RCP here, so you can see that 4 shares are owned by this. That's Trump's color. So we know that that 12 times 4, that's 48. So Trump's getting $48. So and then the other 6 are going to the company, and that'll be 72. So Trump does have $2 to give back, so we can just take a 50, and then 72, 50, 70, 1, 2, goes to RCP. And I would tell you RCP is in sad shape, but we've already taken their money for a 3 train. So they actually are in fantastic shape, and they'll be able to buy a Port Authority token next turn. So RCP is in great shape, and then I need to get this up so I don't forget who owns it. Okay. All of that just to move RCP up. So they moved up. Lawnmower's next. Lawnmower has 6 track points, and I think battery's definitely getting close to dead here. Lawnmower is going to upgrade the Metropolis for 4. I leaned on the table and ended up getting tiles stuck to my hand. Okay, so that was 4. And then for 2, we're going to upgrade this. And I know it seems silly, but you need to have multiple ways to get from Birmingham to London. Because sometimes you may want to go one way one time and another way the other. Trust me, when you get bigger trains, that is the key to London, is having this direct route, because this is a port right here. So if you can put a port here, a token here, you can go from New York straight into here and then boom, into London and then out a port from London to somewhere else. That is huge. And actually with me, having BHB, that's something I am actually eyeing to do. But lawnmower is going to want to do it too. Everybody's going to want to do something like that. It's just whether or not you're equipped to do it. Okay, moving on. Oh, let's do the run. So lawnmower has just a 2 train right now, but they're going to be doing much better pretty soon. So he's going to do 60 plus 50 plus 20, 130, so 13 a share. That's more than enough for him to move up. He needed 120 to move up. And so at 13 a share, we look at lawnmower here. And you can see there's 3 shares owned by him. So that's 39. And he does not have a $1. You bum. 25, 35, 39. Done. And then 1 share for Medici. So that's 13 for him. So that's 4 total shares. So 13 times 6 is the rest. So 78 for a lawnmower. Okay, and then I'm going to grab lawnmower's stack of cash. And let's take a look at it. Let me move the camera. All right, so 25. Well, there's 100 there. He's got enough easily, but that's 100. 1, 2. Let's just get some change here. Sorry about that. So 100, 200, 25. That's a 3 train. Easy peasy purchase there. And then the rest of the money we'll just keep for now. So he's lawnmower, as always, is doing great. And this is where Wellington shines. Now, where Wellington's hurting is his companies are doing great, but he's not. He doesn't have a lot of shares of these companies, and he doesn't have a lot of money. But he's getting there. I mean, he got his 39 bucks. He doesn't have the $300 Medici just earned, but he's getting there. Okay, next is SFAI. That is a Medici company. And Medici actually owns 6 shares of this guy, but he only has a 2-2 train, and he just got blocked. But the 2-2's not blocked, so that part's fine. You know, can he go around? Sure he can, but the problem is that he can't use the ferry to get up to Paris. So Trump is definitely not on his Christmas card list. So I don't know what there is to upgrade. He probably will upgrade something at least, because if one of these companies becomes a national, he'll be able to go through Rome again. So there's 2 points there. He actually has 6 points to spend, so he'll spend 2 more. On this. And 2 more. So, you know, we're just helping out the future nationals of America. I mean, after all, if he hates Trump, he wants socialism anyways. He wants the government to do everything for him anyways, right? Okay, so there we go. All right, so 40, 80, 90, 100. So he did not meet his number, not even close. So he's not moving up, but he did make 100. That's still $10 a share, and 60 of it goes to Medici. Medici's got a bit of a pickle here because only $40 actually goes to the company that's not doing too well. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Just dropped a whole bunch of stuff. But SFAI had a lot of shares purchased, so it should have a lot of money. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50. That. And there you go. There's 100, 200, 25, easy peasy money for 3 train, and he still has 100 left. And that's just a result of Medici buying a whole bunch of his shares, which was good, right? Because this company outside of that didn't even hit its number. So it's not moving up. It's actually going to be in the same bad shape as BHB, but he has a 3 train, and he's definitely hitting his number next time. The only reason he didn't hit it is because he was stuck with a 2 train. So he will hit it next time, no problems. And we're going to keep going. All right, so SFAI did not hit its number. Next up is GWR. My battery is going extremely low, and I don't think I have a cord. I do have a cord long enough, but it would have to like sit back here. So what I'm going to do is I do have another device. So I'm going to stop this one and actually get the YouTube process going. That'll take many hours. YouTube is very slow at uploading videos, in case any of you have never tried it. I'll get out my other device, and then I can do that. We can keep going. Yeah. So anyways, I'm at 42 minutes. I will stop there. It's GWR's turn. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.